Srivastava is also joining us from Maruti to talk more about that. Shashank, afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. Good sales number this time around for the month of October. But for November, where exactly do you see, will it capture the real festive season properly? Can we see the sales momentum surpassing the 2 lakh number? The momentum will continue this quarter, this month as well?
Yeah, so first of all, the 2 lakh number that we came so close to in this last month of October is both the domestic passenger vehicle and the export numbers put together, as also the OEM supply. These are wholesale numbers. So while the retails in the first 15 days should be really positive because of the Dhanteras, Diwali, Bhai Dooj festival. It really depends on how the retails happen in this period. Remember, the next month is the month of December. Generally, the channel does not add stock in that month because they don't want to carry the last year's model stock. And therefore, I would not expect the numbers to be much larger. It all really depends on how the retail moves in the first 15 days.
Shashank, how many deliveries have you planned on Dhanteras this time round this year? Any number internally which you're targeting or have in mind?
So it's difficult for me to give you a forward-looking number for Dhanteras, but roughly if you see the entire festive season, roughly about 25-26% of the annual sale happens in this period, which is 17th August till Bhai Dooj. We are in the last leg of this period, and therefore the expectation in the industry is that in this period more than 1 million vehicles will be sold. The total sale expected in the industry this year is about 41 to 41.3 lakhs, and Maruti Suzuki numbers should be in that 4.5 to 500,000 range.
Let's talk a little more granularly as far as your models are concerned. Right now, which is your top selling model this festive season where inquiries are very strong and you expect sales to pick up? Could the top list include UE segment cars?
So we have in the MUV space basically two segments, which is the SUV and the MPV. MPV is Ertiga and XL6 and the Invicto that we have. All of those are doing great numbers. In the SUV space also, the Frogs, the Jimny, the Brezza and the Vitara, they are also doing great numbers. So I would expect this trend to continue in this festive period, the balanced festive period. And of course, as you rightly pointed out, MUV has been doing well. In fact, much of the growth that you see in the industry in this financial year is largely driven by the MUV sector. MUV percentage of the total sales is now 59%, with SUV almost 50% and 9% for MPVs. So I think this trend will continue for the balanced part of the year as well.
Hi Shashank, this is Anisha also joining in the conversation. I just wanted to roll back and talk about the festive cheer a bit. As far as the rural segment is concerned, how would you rate this year versus, let's say, last year?
Yes, so it is better. Actually, overall also the numbers are a lot better. It's about 16% growth. And in the rural, the growth is a little higher, as is expected in this period. On a cumulative basis for the financial year, forget about the festive season, then also the rural growth is roughly around 11% compared with the 8.5% for the urban areas. A little bit higher than the urban areas. The same trend we saw in the festive season as well. I think so far the rural sentiments have held very much. We need to see and be cautious though of the balanced part of the year, because we have to see what will be the output of the Kharif and also how the Rabi sowing pattern goes in the balance sowing period.
Okay, so rural is looking up, but you had also seen a build-up of inventory just because you were expecting high sales in the festive season. What's the current inventory level and inventory days, and post the festive season, how will it shape up, you believe?
So the industry total stock, and not talking of Maruti specifically at this time, the industry stock at the beginning of this month of October was 330,000 or so. There has been an addition in this stock because the wholesale have been about 5,000 vehicles higher. The stock in the industry now roughly 335, 336,000, which is about 30 days of inventory. And that is the trend which is we have observed in Maruti Suzuki also. Going forward, if the retails are good in the balance part of the festive season, that is in the next 2 weeks, we will see a reduction in the inventory. However, it really depends on how the retails move in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, Shashank, on that note, we'll let you go. Appreciate you making time and speaking with ET now, but it's time now to slip into a very short break.